Hey guys, this is DestinyLashae, so we're going to jump right in. First, to get that nice dewy glowy skin, I'm going to use the NYX Honeydew Me Up primer. This is one of my favorite primers for hydrating and making the skin nice and plump and luscious, and it's just great. I love this primer. So to fill in my pores, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Poreless Primer. This is a great primer. It is very affordable and it helps filling your pores, and it also has tea tree in it, so it helps your skin as well as prime, which is awesome. I'm just gonna rub this into my skin like lotion and just rub it and press it into my pores. This primer didn't break me out either, which was a huge plus for me. A huge plus. Now I'm going to go in and use this OPV Illuminizer, I believe it's called. I will leave everything in the description box down below, like the names of everything, because I cannot remember right now. But I'm going to drop this all over my face, and I'm going to use this as a base as well. I love doing this lately because throughout the day when my foundation starts to get old, which I honestly like because it starts to look a lot better, this glow starts to come through your foundation and it looks so bomb. So I've been loving doing this, and I'm using my Eloise brush, like teardrop brush, to rub that in. So now I'm going in with my Maybelline Fit Me Foundation. This is the dewy version. I'm gonna slather that all over my face with a traditional foundation brush, and then I'm gonna go in with a Real Techniques brush in a second and just buff that into the skin. And I like kind of slathering on my foundation lately because it just gets all the product on there. I usually put it on the back of my hand and that waste product, like I mean, either way you waste product, but I don't know, I just feel better about myself when I do it that way. So I go ahead and put that all over my face, and I don't conceal nowadays anymore. That just takes too much time. I just go ahead and put my foundation on. Then I just go in with a beauty blender and blend everything out to make sure there are no lines from me rubbing in my foundation. Now I'm going in with this NYX micro brow pencil. I believe this is in the darkest color. I'm just gonna brush my brows up and then fill them in with this pencil. This is a great affordable brow pencil. On me, this color is not dark enough, and yeah, I had to clean up my brows really quick. Anyways, they were looking crazy. But for this NYX brow pencil, for me, it's not dark enough and it doesn't give enough pigment. So when I do like drugstore tutorials, I'll use this, but I have to go in with something else on top because it's just not dark enough for me. On an everyday basis, yes, this would be fine, but if you're going for a really snatched eyebrow, it's just, it doesn't do enough for me. I have to sit there for too long. So I go in there with the e.l.f. eyeliner and just kind of darken them up a little bit, especially if you have like jet black hair or really dark hair. You want to darken your brows up to match your hair. So I went in and did that. I do have a brow routine I will link right above my head if you want a detailed tutorial. Now I'm going in with my LA Pro concealer, and I'm just going to take the applicator and go right underneath my brow, and this is just going to help clean up our eyebrows and make them look a lot more snatched, because you want a snatched brow always. Not always, but most of the time. So I'm just going to go in and blend that out with like a flat kabuki small eyeshadow brush type thing. Then I'm just going to take some of that concealer again, put it on my lid. This is going to be my eyeshadow base, and then I'm just going to go back in and blend it out really good. Next, I'm going to dip into this Mixed Metals Peach Palette by Profusion. This is a drugstore brand. I believe it's sold at Target. And I am going to apply the lighter brown shade as my transition color. Honestly, this palette isn't that great. The pigment isn't good either. The eyeshadows blend very patchy, to be honest. And this palette I probably wouldn't use again. But I'm using it in this video because I wanted to try it out. This is a drugstore palette. You can, I believe, purchase it from Target or on their website, but it wasn't the greatest thing I've ever worked with. So I'm going ahead and putting the brown shade in the outer V. It wasn't super pigmented, so what I did was I went into my Coastal Scents eyeshadow, the brown shade right here, and I just kind of deepened the outer V shade and just kind of packed that into the corner to make it a little bit deeper like I wanted it to be, and just blended it into the crease and all that good stuff. because I just needed a little bit more depth. Now I'm going in with my Master Chrome highlight by Maybelline, and I did spray my brush with some setting spray, and I just packed that in the center of my lid, bringing it out towards the outer portion of my eyelid, and just kind of creating like a little halo eye type of deal. I was trying to go for all drugstore products in this video. It didn't really work out, but you know, I tried. So I'm just putting that in the center of my eyelid, packing it all in. I really loved this as an eyeshadow. It worked great. As you can see, it's super pigmented. So then I went in with like a pinched blending brush, and I just went in and blended those colors together just to make sure there are no super harsh lines or anything. So now I'm going in with my eyeliner. I'm using the e.l.f. liner, the cream liner that we used for our brows, and I'm just creating a wing. I do have a full winged eyeliners tutorial if you want to know how to do it in depth, but I'm just going to show you quickly here. I just kind of do it as I usually do. I haven't done wing liner in a really long time. Do not do wing liner unless you have time because it takes a lot of time. But yeah, I'm just going in and just winging that out. I didn't plan on doing this thick of a wing or this long of a wing, but of course it just happens because that's how it always happens. So yeah, I'm just going in with my NYC liner that they no longer sell at Walmart, which I'm really upset about, and just going over it to make it a little bit darker. So now I'm going in with my LA Pro Conceal just to clean up my wing a little bit because of course I messed up and I need to fix it. So I'm using my MAC 212 brush and going on the outer portion of my wing just to clean it up. This makes it super sharp. So if you do mess up, even if you make like a little squiggly line or something, fix it up with some concealer. I mean, it does the job, you know. Next, I'm going in with this Maybelline color corrector. This is in the color red, and it's meant for darker skin tones to correct under your eyes or any darker areas that you have on your face. Using the applicator, just putting it underneath the eye and then blending it out. I don't apply a lot of this because if you do, it will show through. So I only apply like 4 dots and then blend it out, and then I go in with my LA Pro concealer to cover it up. This just ensures that your dark circles, if you have any, will not show through your makeup, because sometimes when you apply your makeup, what happens is you have on your foundation and your concealer, but you can still see a little bit of the darkness peeking through. So that's what the color corrector does. It just kind of helps your dark circles or darker areas on your face not to show through, you know, with your makeup. It's a unnecessary step for some, but you know, sometimes I like to do it because I just want that extra full coverage beat, you know what I mean? So I'm going down the center of my face with the same concealer, and then I'm going in with a lighter color on top, just to, because I like mixing concealers, to be honest, and I just like the color that this makes. I let that sit there and I curl my lashes, and then I go in with my L'Oreal Voluminous mascara and I just put that on my lashes just to make them a little bit longer before I apply my lashes. So I'm going in with, these are Salon Perfect lashes, and I'm going in and applying those on my lash line. And I love using lashes because they just bring the whole makeup look together. So after I apply my lashes, I'm going in and blending out my concealer underneath my eye with a beauty blender. I love letting my concealer sit underneath my eye lately, especially if I'm using a color corrector, because it just helps cover that red like concealer or corrector. So yeah, it looks flawless after you blend it out and let it sit, or let it sit and then blend it out. So just make sure everything is blended. Definitely get a beauty blender if you have not tried one yet. If you let your concealer sit, it won't shear out your foundation or anything, so try it out. I'm going to go ahead and set my concealer with my Laura Mercier and Graftobian powder mixed together, my little concoction that I made. Setting your concealer, especially underneath your eye, for me is crucial because other than that, my concealer will be everywhere and it'll crease. And I also do everywhere that I place concealer, so in the center of my face is where I mainly place my powder. And now I'm going in with my NYX Mineralized, I'm not sure what this is called, but it's a mineralized powder, and I'm just going on top of the powder that I just put down. This is just going to help that translucent powder not to look so white, or yeah, white. Now I'm going in with my NYX Wonder Stick. This is in the color dark, I believe, and I'm just going down the sides of my nose because my nose kind of got lost in like concealing and everything. And I'm just going to contour my nose a little bit. I never usually use creams, but I like this stick for contouring my nose. And then I'm going in with that pinch brush that we used earlier. I wiped it off, and then I'm just going to blend out the sides of my nose. This is just going to bring life back into our nose. And I'm going in with my Makeup Geek Deal Breaker contour, and I'm just going to apply a little bit of this because if I apply too much of it, it'll get really muddy. And this is just going to carve out our cheekbones. Then I'm going on top of that with my Bobbi Brown bronzer, my favorite, and I'm just going on top of that just to bronze up the skin, kind of make my face look sun-kissed, and just really make my face look a lot more chiseled and just bring some more color back into my face. And I'm going along my forehead as well. I do the same thing in every video, but you guys seem to like it. So I'm just going to go underneath my contour, my bronzer, with some translucent powder. This is just going to help our face look more structured. I've been doing this a lot lately because I tend to be very sloppy. So I just go ahead and brush away that translucent powder with a angled fluffy brush. And then I'm going back in with my mascara and doing my bottom lashes. I'm not applying eyeliner to my bottom lash line today, or waterline, because I wanted it to be kind of simple, like the eyes. So now I'm going in and spraying my brush, and we're going to apply some highlight, my favorite part. I'm using the Master Chrome Highlight by Maybelline. I have a full video on this highlight because I really like it. And I'm applying this on the high points of my cheekbones. Highlighting just makes you look glowy and dewy without being oily. So I apply this to the tips of my nose. I only have one nose. The tip of my nose, the bridge of my nose, my chin, any high points on my face I like to apply it to, even my temples sometimes, a little bit on the sides of my forehead. Then I'm going in with my Sonia Kasuk bronzer. Guys, I don't think they sell this at Target anymore, and I'm really upset because this was like my first highlighter I ever bought, and it looks gorgeous on deeper skin tones. So I'm applying that on top. Then I'm going in with my Milani Blush, and I'm using an angled fluffy brush, and I'm going right in between my bronzer and my highlight. You literally want to look like Neapolitan ice cream. I'm just kidding. Do not look like Neapolitan ice cream. Blend out those colors and make them look like they mesh together. So now I'm going in with my spray, my NYX Dewy Finishing Spray. And then I'm using a lot of NYX stuff in this video, huh? Then I'm going in with my lip gloss. The NYX Butter Glosses are awesome, and I'm just applying that to my lips. They're super glossy. They last me a really long time, and the colors are great. So I'm just applying that to my lips. That is the end of the tutorial, guys. I hope you guys like this tutorial. Do not forget to leave me a comment down below, like this video, share, subscribe. I love you guys. I will see you in the next one.